Yo, what up, Internet? Welcome to Bricks and Beer, Episode 0. Now, before we get too far into this, I'm sure many of you are asking yourself, what the fuck is this? Why are you on video? Why are you talking? Let me tell you about what this is, what it could be, where it came from, what it may become. Who knows? A lot of that's going to depend on you guys, but wanted to kind of throw this out there. There's a lot of Lego content, a lot of media makers. Not going to name check all those people. You know who they all are. But there is one dude who is super awesome, and I actually like his style of presentation of models and sort of blogging, if you will. And that dude, I'll link him right there, is my boy Jake. Jake in the UK. Here's to you, bro. So yeah, Jake kind of does this very earnest, straight from the heart kind of deal. I figured I would kind of go for the same. I'm probably not quite as earnest. I'm probably more a little bit of an asshole. So this is going to be unedited, uncut for one big reason. It's mainly called laziness. It's also like technical ineptitude. I don't have editing software or anything like that. Like if this uploads successfully to the internet, that is a huge win in my book. So yeah, I outside of this whole bullshit Lego thing, I actually have a real job and I drive a lot, so I listen to a lot of podcasts. And Jake kind of does his thing. It's awesome. I originally wanted this to be an audio only podcast, so you wouldn't have to look at me. And it also is something that I engage more on a deeper level, and you can kind of go a little bit longer. I feel like a 2 hour video podcast is total bullshit. So this probably won't be 2 hours. I don't know. We'll see. We're about 2 minutes deep right now. I ramble a lot. If you can't handle that, probably just turn this off now. So yeah, podcasts. You kind of get to know people. I think it's a cooler way to get to understand people. And I really wanted to do this with other people. I wanted to have like a dedicated space and recording studio and actually like do it well and edit. All of that takes time and money, neither of which I can dedicate to that. So this is like as good as it's gonna get. But yeah, I was hoping to have like guests and the whole 9 yards and all that shit, so that way it'd be a little bit more interesting. But you got me. So yeah, that's what you're getting. If you guys are cool with this, let me know. If you're like Andrew, I fucking hate this. Never do this again. Also, let me know. But I'll tell you about a couple of things. There are some actual like things I can show you besides just me sitting here talking. So a lot of these podcasts, some of them are toy based. I listen to. They kind of have a section. They kind of have formula and all that shit. This is not going to have that. But in some of those shows, they have a what I got section, and a lot of that is based on you buy toys, you buy sets or whatever, and then like it's only the set, it's only that toy. So the value in those is I guess reviewing it and like talking about it is a little bit more healthy than not. But for us as Lego builders, like set reviews are great, but like I just want to know what the parts are because I really don't give a fuck about the set because like I'm gonna tear the set apart nearly immediately. I'll probably build it, tear it apart, goes in this big dumb wall. Um, so yeah, so there are some new Lego, and I got some new Lego, and the new Legos, as always, fucking rad. But I want to talk about one thing in particular, and that is Speed Champions. Speed Champions are legit. And as you can tell, I haven't planned any of this, so I only have one part next to me, and I guess I'll maybe dig in there and find the other part. Um, the sets themselves are, if you look at it on a set basis, it seems a little heavy on the dollar for what you get. You get like one car, at least for the small ones. I only got the small ones. So you get like one car and the most like bullshit accessory ever. You get like literally like a flag. Like that's what you get. You get a dude, a car, and a flag, or like a stoplight, or like one of them has like a ramp or something. I have three of the small sets. Um, they're all awesome though. Like the stickering's a little weird. The stickers feel like they have a little extra UV coating to me. Like they're a little shinier than normal Lego stickers. But they are chock full of awesome parts. And like when you look at that car and if you're only looking at the set, you're like, oh, I just got a car. But if you're like an A-full and you pick it up and that car weighs fucking half a pound because it's dense as shit, it makes you really happy because you're like, yeah, there's a lot of parts and there's a lot of technique in here and there's some good shit going on. Um, One of the most awesome parts is obviously, bam, these new wheels. These new wheels are rad because they take an axle, which is axle. But dude, stud, and it's hollow, so it can take a pin. That's fucking amazing. Like, as a space dude, this is so money. This is so money. And on top of that, new rims. And these rims take a stud, which is legit, because that means this is not a rim. This is a fucking circular element I can put anywhere. Anywhere. So yeah, there's that. And then the windscreens, which, oh, hey. This is pretty fucking rad. This is the printed one. There's an unprinted version that comes in the La Ferrari. Yeah, so I have that one too, but this was easier to grab. I actually really like the printed one. But all these new windscreens are fucking money. Like, as a space dude, you buy that little gray fucking Porsche. Golden. Golden. So yeah, I got some other shit. I got some Chima and some Ultra Agents and shit, but nothing of like super note. The Ultra Agents do have those weird new little app bricks, which have a weird spongy kind of plastic on them. Not really sure what's going on with that. That seems a little weird to me. I know it's for like usage on electronics and shit. I'm just trying to think of like what a potential usage of those crazy parts could be. Sorry, so bricks and beer. Yeah, second part. See? Bricks, Lego, beer. I like beer. I like to drink. It's awesome. Tonight's beer, wherever you're at, is the Henninger. It's pretty legit. It's a actual German beer. I buy it at Trader Joe's because it's cheap and it's delicious. I do like legit, real German beers too, but this is cheap and delicious. So that's what we're drinking today. What are you guys drinking? Leave a note in the comments below. Yeah, so that's kind of like the new Lego section. I do want to talk about builds though too, because hopefully you guys are more interested in the original content than like the official product. Because like talking about the official product as informative as that can be for somebody like me, it's like the official product is really just like expanding the palette. And what you do with that palette's way more interesting than like how many colors you have in your palette. So Lego building. I guess actually, well, let's kind of back up. We'll talk about some official Lego, and then we'll talk about a story. This is all backwards. We're gonna talk about a story, and we're gonna talk about some official Lego, and then we'll talk about build. That's how it goes. Stay with me, people. So yeah, official Lego. Well, the story. The story first. So BrickCon 2014, the last BrickCon I was at, got to hang out with my buddy Zach. I'll also link him below. He's a super talented builder. He kind of dropped out of the scene for like 5 years and then came back. And now, but Zach is back and it's rad. So Zach and I are kicking it at BrickCon and we're dicking around on like the middle of the day and we go to these like closed vendor booths and they have all these box sets and like I could really not give a shit about box sets for the most part. But they're all sealed and they're all just staring at it. And they have this one particular set. And this set is fucking legit. This set is the Blacktron Renegade. And, come on, phone. There you go. This told you we're going low tech. This logo, in person, printed, is everything that was good about the 80s personified. This is the greatest fucking logo of all time. And I have like a one Blacktron 1 set from when I was a kid, but that's really it for like original Blacktron shit that I have, surprisingly. So I hadn't like looked at instructions or boxes or anything for a while. Like I have a bunch of parts, but I don't have like the fucking packaging, and that packaging is gorgeous. So I'm looking at the set, and I'm talking to Zach, and I'm like, man, I may make a bad life decision right now and just buy this. Like, this is under $200. Like, I'm gonna fucking take this home. Because this set is so crazy. And we'll talk about the set. And Zach's like, oh man, really? And I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, dude. Like, I'm gonna do this. And so we're like trying to scope around. We finally find the fucking price on it, and it's $600 motherfucking dollars. And I'm like, yeah, I can't do that. Can't do that. So fast forward like a month and a half, I'm chilling, trying to think of something to build. Don't really have like a creative oomph going, and I'm like, you know what? I bet I can build that fucking set. And you know what? I could build that motherfucking set. Bam! I didn't have to spend $600. So yeah, I had most of the parts. I got a few parts from some friends of mine. So this set's fucking amazeballs because it's asymmetrical and like all Blacktron 1 sets, it's all modular. So all the shit comes apart and connects, and you can combine all of the sets into some stuff. And there's some really funky shit going on with this, like beyond the gorgeous art in the box and all that. Like there's this little thing, which is like a satellite laser cannon thing, which I guess you can just detach and like leave on the ground. And it's also like you can kind of rotate it this way, which is kind of strange. Like I have to imagine that was somewhat thought about when designed. And then there's this. This is crazy. So there's these little pods that come off of here, right? And you guys probably aren't going to be able to see this too well. So there's these pegs that stick up. These old modified 1x2 plates. And they got these things that pop up. So that's a half stud offset. And these use these old school things. So that's a half stud offset. So it goes from 4 to 3, which is fucking crazy. And that's like in 1986. Now, granted, they stopped doing this kind of shit because this sticks like a motherfucker. And if you on there, you just tear the whole thing apart. Which is kind of bunk, but you know, compromises. There's also this thing that comes out. I'm not going to do it, but you know, you split the back and the whole thing pops out. And in this thing is a buggy, which is awesome, but there's no way to get the buggy out except for like imagining if there's like rocket boosters that shoot this shit out. Even when it's like disconnected from all of this, it's still that way. So yeah, I built this. This is official Lego. It's pretty cool. Has awesome printed parts. You know, it's Blacktron. It's legit. I didn't have to spend $600. So now I wanted to build something else. And I was like, yeah, I really want to build something. And there's a convention coming up, which I'll talk about in a little bit. And I was like, man, I should fucking build a ship for ship whenever. That one's for you, Sai. Bam. Yeah, so wanted to build a ship. I've got my Renegade. Renegade's pretty legit. And this also kind of goes back to why I'm doing this on video right now. Because, like, I could photograph this set, and on video you can tell it's, like, sheens of black, so you can't see a lot of shit. Photographing it's going to be even worse. So, that sucks. So, when you do something like this, photographing this is a motherfucker. So yeah, this is my Renegade. I'll back up here. You can kind of see. It's big. It's vaguely inspired by the original. It's got some cool shit going on. You can see there's the little satellite thing that does detach. I got some pods here, and we'll see if I drop this while on video. It's just more entertainment for you guys. So the pods detach. There's a little magnet. You can see a little magnet inset there. Magnet there. It kind of has a cool upsizing of that part. Pew pew! Pew pew! So yeah, it's got the little side pod buddies. This does detach. It's pinned in, so I can try to unpin it. Why don't we just save that? You'll trust me. Detaches from there. The old one, the engines do slide out. So the engines on this bad boy also slide out, which are also pinned in. So we're gonna see if I can do this. Hey, there we go. Pin. See, pin. Lock. And bam. Engine. There is an interior. The interior is sort of a work in progress. And I'm not going to show you guys that because it's going to be a pain in the ass, and somewhere there's a hole Hey, there we go. So yeah, engine is attached now. Phew, engines. Took a couple of cues from the original thing, tried to replicate those little graphic things. Vent on the top. This actually does pull open. There is a ramp to access the inside, which I probably maybe can open. Ah, I can. Kabam! There's ramp. There's a buggy in there. And all of these panels come off so you can see the inside, but we're not going to look at that. Cool little thing. Kind of a throwback to the original Blacktron. Got some radar action. That's not on the original set, but fuck it. I built a bigger version, so I'm allowed to do that. So yeah, pew pew pew, big spaceship. Maybe I can con Tommy into taking some photographs, or somebody with some skill that's not me. So it's kind of cool. It's kind of vaguely guitar shaped, so I can do dumb things with it and fly around my living room like. You also can do like the cool, like, you know, Star Wars thing where camera goes all along the bottom. You see it's like a vastly under-detailed black space with no details. So yeah, this is my big dumb spaceship. One thing I want to point out while I'm holding it, and maybe you guys can see it. Remember those little hubcap deals I talked about? There you go. Some black hubcap greebly action. There are some cool greebles. I guess I could show you guys some of the more cool shit with the detail. So, we got there is some cool play features, which seems weird to have on something as big as this. But we'll see if I can do this live on camera and not break anything. Kaboo! Yeah. So it shoots things, and it's big. And it's Blacktron, and Neo Blacktron's rad. So that's that. That's the Renegade 2. Kind of wrap it up. If you happen to be in LA 2 weekends from now, I'm probably going to upload this today because so far I haven't fucked this up terribly. You can go to Bricks LA. It's a convention in Pasadena. I will be there with said big dumb spaceship, a bunch of other shit. Some homies and I may be building a giant collaborative display that may be top secret, and I may be hinting at a potential awesome reveal. So yeah, you should go to that, and I think that's about it. You guys tell me, how did this go? Tell me what kind of beer you're drinking. Fucking, do you want more? Is this cool? Is it too long? Is it a pain? Do you care? If you don't care, that's cool. I don't care either. So yeah. This one's for you, Jake, and maybe not. I'll see you guys later.